Education in the 21st century sees the shift in focus from teaching to learning. New ways of thinking about curriculum and pedagogy put the learner at the centre of our focus. Whilst the curriculum provides the framework and pedagogy is the theory and practice of what we do, the learning space is where and how we do it. As such, examining the different learning spaces is an essential part of the teacher's role. By looking at the role of the learning space, we can put the learner at the centre of everything we do and encourage students to become active in and responsible for their own learning. Thus, we create a pedagogically sound environment which encourages student engagement, self-management, social skills, and inspires even marginalised learners to become more absorbed in learning. The neat rows of desks of the 19th and 20th century classrooms focused all attention on the teacher and board, as if these were the centre of all learning. Jamieson describes these as a design solution for a teacher-led, institutionally driven pedagogy that has remained fundamentally unchanged for centuries. Schratzenstaller tells us such an environment fails to enhance interaction between students and the teacher or among students. Today's classroom design needs to consider aesthetics, light, colour, shape, texture, space. Does the classroom reflect a welcoming learning environment? Student engagement and input. What do the students want? Where? How? Why? Visual stimulation. Bright and highly visible, more subdued, or areas of both? Seating arrangements. What best suits individual students to encourage maximum engagement? How should students be grouped? What about reluctant learners? Flexibility. Flexible spaces maximise opportunities and learning. And the teacher's role. Instructor, manager, facilitator, motivator. Overall, the teacher must drive academic performance. Having designed the physicality of the space, what are the curriculum and pedagogical trends driving these choices? The key factor influencing these changes is the approach to teaching, which is based on our knowledge of how students learn. The learning process is less about didactic instruction and more about engagement, exploration and discovery and involvement. Beyond the classroom. The learning process is enhanced when learning is purposeful and relevant. Taking learning beyond the classroom can be a journey of discovery, where students explore the environment, interact with the people, and engage in the social mores that such situations require. What is crucial in using this learning space is that the activity be relevant, integral to the curriculum, well planned, and followed up with strategic activities. The physical characteristics of this learning space are limited only by available resources and the teacher's imagination. By engaging in relevant excursions and activities beyond the classroom, we create further learning opportunities for this social learning and development to take place. In terms of curriculum, such activities provide enhanced and engaging learning opportunities to reinforce the classroom-based learning. From a pedagogical viewpoint, this learning is experiential, sensory, real, and active. Underpinning all these activities must be the question, what do I want my students to learn from this activity? The electronic learning space. Duquesne asks us to consider the following. How are ICTs integral to learning and teaching in today's classrooms? What are some essential skills for effective use of ICTs by learners? How do behavioural, cognitive, constructivist and humanist theories of learning guide the use of ICTs in education? How are ICTs transforming learning and teaching in our classrooms? And how could using ICTs contribute to inequities among learners? The electronic learning space enables us to teach creatively, access and gather information widely, manipulate information in various ways, and communicate across diverse platforms. The most important implication of ICT is its potential to transform and change traditional ideas about teaching and learning. The implications for pedagogy are the need to consider assessment, how to motivate and engage students, how to cater for special needs of various students, and of course, classroom design. The challenges for teachers are the ability to use ICT and Web 2 technology and accessing the professional development required to use these platforms effectively. The group learning space. The evolution of learning in groups has seen a change from putting students into groups and simply expecting them to solve a problem or perform a task, to encouraging social interaction as a base for cooperative and collaborative learning, with both the individual and the group each responsible for the learning. Cooperative learning shares the idea that students work together and are responsible for one another's learning as well as their own. Students work in small groups, assisting one another to learn. Both individual accountability and group progress are measured. Collaborative learning also involves the students working in groups, with the emphasis more on building understanding through the interaction of the members. Pedagogically, the group learning space is about peer-assisted learning, self-direction and self-motivation, with the encouragement of other group members, inquiry learning, social negotiation, and purposeful tasks with increasing complexity as students learn how to maximise learning in the group setting. The curriculum scaffolds the learning progressively following the structure of Bloom's taxonomies: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. Anderson's refinement of the taxonomy described the different types of knowledge and different ways of thinking. The group learning space encourages student interaction at all these levels. The individual learning space. In this space, the learner must take responsibility and control. How does the learner process information? Visual, auditory, kinesthetic? With the right encouragement from the teacher, students need to become organised, self-motivated and self-directed. We should encourage these skills, help plan, set goals and assist with the most suitable methodology. So is there one learning space that is better than others? No, they are all interrelated and interdependent. They are also constantly changing, and the challenge for educators is to adapt to these changes. So what will you take away from today? Will the communities of practice of which you are a part engage and collaborate to refine and implement new ideas, skills and practices? Will this change what you do? And underpinning everything, what do I want my students to learn?